So I'm going to be 36 years old this year. And if you're younger than me, or if you're older than me, and you want to change your life, you have to be disgusted with where you're at. Now, don't have that disgust overtake your whole situation. Don't be not grateful for what you have. I'm so grateful for what I have. I truly am. Home, family, friends, people in my life that love and care for me. People that I have in my life that I love and care for them. Don't confuse the two. But where you're at is because you put yourself there. And one of the most sobering parts about this whole thing about changing your life is there's someone who had it harder than you, more difficult than you, a worse situation, and they made it through. So what does that say about us? Man, I got to a point this year, like I said, I'm going to be 36 in April, where I'm just not happy with what I'm doing. And I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he was like, yo, you could be really good at that. I said, yes, I know I could be good at it, but even if I got great at it, I would still be looking back on what I started, and I'd be saying to myself, what if? What if I really went all in with the talents that God has given me? What if I really went all in? You see, 35 years, man, 36 years going by now, I've never put 100% into something. Like, you know how crazy that is to admit that? I'm tough on myself. You gotta be tough on yourself. If you really want to change your life, there's no time for coddling yourself. It's now or never to get really real, because when you're in your 30s, it's a time for either you have already built something and you're constantly increasing and getting better at that, or you haven't built anything at all, and now the urgency needs to be there. Because before you know it, you will blink your eyes and you will be 50 years old. Now, I'm not saying that that's so late. We all know the story of Kentucky Fried. Dude started Kentucky Fried Chicken at 76 years old. But even so, he didn't have much time to enjoy it. I don't want to wait till I'm 76 years old to build something. And I gotta hammer this point home that unless you are super uncomfortable with where you're at, you are not going to make a change. Because even if there's a little bit of comfort there, that's enough to leave you where you're at. And that's a deadly place. That little bit of comfort, that tiny bit of comfort that you hold on to is enough to keep you where you're at and where you don't want to be. But who can you blame? You can't blame anybody but yourself. You know, I see a lot of times you see people that blame situations and blame other people. Bro, forget all that. If you do that, you never have a solution. If you blame yourself, you always have a solution. You're like, oh, well, I could have changed this. I could have did this better. You always have a solution. So always blame yourself. Even if it's not your fault. It's better to just blame yourself, in my opinion, because I could always get the solution. And I just want people to know that if you're in your 30s, it's not too late. It's not too late, man. You woke up today. You woke up today. God gave you a chance. God gave you a shot. You got another chance at this life. So you don't want to blow it. You don't want to blow it. It's not too late. You know, I think a lot of us, we've had these maybe desires. Maybe the desires have kind of surfaced this year and they're kind of new. But some of us have old dreams and old desires that we've been wanting to do. But I'm telling you, they're just going to stay desires and dreams if there's no goals attached to them. If you don't got goals attached to them, dude, you're just hoping and wishing. But the minute you start attaching goals to those dreams and those desires, they start becoming real. And we think about this whole life change that we're going to do, we have to be patient. We have to be patient because Rome was not built overnight. We have to be patient. But in the micro, you need to have a very strong sense of urgency because time is of the essence right now. Before you know it, somebody who's got that same dream as you will take your spot. They're going to take your spot because they're going to want it more than you. They're not just handing out dreams and all these things. They're not handing them out, man. God gives you a vision. God gives you the talent. But then it's on you to start taking action, locking in with him daily and building this vision from the ground up. God can't build it for us. He can't build it for us. He may have gifted you a talent in music, but he can't play the chords. He can't teach you new songs. He can't make you a better musician. That's on you. He gave you the talent, the gift, the knack for it. But it's on you. It's on you, okay? So, we're in our 30s. Like I said, man, it's like before you know it, you'll wake up and you'll be 50 years old. I got a daughter. I got another child on the way. And 2 years with my daughter's already gone by. I feel like I just had her. She was just a newborn seconds ago. And I always say, I'm like, man, I'm watching how fast time goes, I'm seeing how fast it goes. And there's this funny balance, like I said, between being patient and having urgency. Now, I don't think you could be patient and not grateful. I think being grateful brings patience, if you ask me, because I'll give you my example. I'm here on YouTube making videos. I film, I make music, I make short films. I also created a media business where I'm going to help brands and people and businesses I'm going to be their creative director to help them go through this new social media journey with quality content and a vision in mind. But I've been doing film and music for 10 years. I taught myself. Coming up on my 11th year, I taught myself how to do the stuff on YouTube. It took a ton of patience. It took a ton of learning. It took a ton of gratitude towards, I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful for the people in my life. I'm thankful for my mom, my dad, my wife, people who have gifted me things that have helped me towards my vision. I'm super grateful that. And with that has built this level of patience where I know it's not going to happen overnight. But I also understand that I need to have urgency in the micro. I need to do the things daily that are going to move that needle and move me closer to that goal, okay? Because like I said, if you have a dream, but there's no goals attached to it, there's no plan, it's just a dream. It's going to stay there. It's going to stay in your head. The desire is going to stay in your heart. And ultimately, it probably will eat you up. And that's why people get on their deathbed and they have regrets. They never be talking about the things that they did. If they do talk about the things they did, it's because they're proud of their life. If they didn't talk about the things they did and they talk about the things they wanted to do and the things they wish to do, it's because they got regrets. I don't want to live a life with regrets. Who wants to be like that? It's like a complete waste. Like I said to my boy, I said, yo, you could get wealthy. You could make impact. But I truly believe this. You could do all these great things, but if it's not in line with the purpose that God called on your life, you will never be happy. You will never be happy. Because you know there's that burning desire inside you that you have to make this happen. You gotta make this happen. But since you don't, you burn with regret. I wrote a poem and I said, either you face the pain of incompleteness or you face the pain of becoming a new man. Both are going to cause you pain, but which pain are you going to be willing to live with? Don't wait.